Hello, this is C.L. Barber. Today we're going to be looking at Henry VIII and focusing on Cromwell's personality and his rise to power. Hopefully by the end of this presentation you should be able to describe Cromwell's personality, explain how his link to Wolsey helped him rise to power, and understand how and why Cromwell's relationship with Parliament was different to Cardinal Wolsey's. So this is a portrait by Hans Holbein. Some say in it that he looks grumpy, surrounded by his work. It shows him with a double chin, with small eyes, a large nose and dull clothes. His lips are pressed together in concentration, his eyes stare into the distance and his eyebrows are slightly raised. He looks deep in thought, thinking over a great matter to discover a solution. Whatever it is, this is not the most flattering portrait that he could have had. However, despite this, it was hung in Cromwell's house, so it shows that Cromwell was able to accept himself and was happy with himself as he was. So, what do we know about Thomas Cromwell? Well, we know that he was focused, he was intelligent and he was determined. We know that he controlled his emotions and he was able to make difficult decisions, even sending people to their deaths, which is what he did with Anne Boleyn and those who were accused of being her lovers, including her brother George. He disliked show and pomp, and he wore plain clothes. However, he was also witty and charming, and had a reputation of being kind to the poor. He could be warm, and enjoyed conversing with others. In fact, the Spanish ambassador said that he would win people over with his personality, when they would often end up telling Cromwell far more than they had intended or should have done. However, on the dark side, he could also be ruthless and unforgiving. He was, however, a loving husband and a father. He was devastated when his wife and his daughters died of the sweating sickness in 1528, and he did everything that he could to make sure that his son Gregory was provided for after his death. Cromwell didn't believe in self-pity nor disloyalty, and instead of distancing himself from Wolsey when in 1529 Wolsey fell from power, he in fact stuck by him until the end. In his role as a Member of Parliament for Taunton in 1529, he used this position to try to defend Wolsey in Parliament, even knowing how this would be seen by others and the fact that it would gain him some enemies. He also tried to defend Wolsey in court, even gaining audiences with the king to try to help Wolsey recover his power. Unlike Wolsey, Cromwell worked well with Parliament, even extending their role and their power with the annulment later. All of this shows his complete loyalty to his friend Thomas Wolsey, who had helped him rise to power, and whereas most people had decided to flee from Thomas at the end, Thomas Cromwell stuck with him. However, Wolsey's fall happened anyway, and it changed everything for Cromwell. When it happened, he thought he had lost his chance to have a successful career at court. He had been Wolsey's most senior advisor, and as a result, many people had distanced themselves from Cromwell when they had distanced themselves from Wolsey. Cromwell knew that this could be permanent and that they could easily turn their backs on him, just as they had done the Cardinal. However, although Cromwell couldn't save Wolsey, Henry was impressed by his loyalty to him. Cromwell had also shown immense skill in dealing with the legal affairs of Wolsey's lands and staff after his fall from power. Henry was always on the lookout for men of talent, and so in 1531, the year after Thomas Wolsey's death, Cromwell was made a member of the Royal Council. This put him in the circle of Henry's most trusted advisors. So whilst Cromwell didn't gain full power until he gained the annulment, and actually he gained even more power than that once Anne Boleyn had fallen from power, his links to Wolsey did bring him to Henry's attention. His intelligence, his hard work, and his role as a messenger made him someone that Henry could rely on. His loyalty to Wolsey also made him someone that Henry felt that he could trust to the end to stand by him through difficult times as well as through the times where things were going well. So, the fall of Wolsey was not the end of Cromwell, but rather it was just the beginning of his career. This is C.L. Barber, 1977. Thank you very much for watching and for listening.